we
What's
have, this is round 4 of 5 from the Game Haven, Riverside, Ohio, where you and all your friends can get more for your games.
That's right.
We are Dayton Magic Club, representatives of Dayton Magic Club. I'm Ryan Johnson in the booth here with Scott Campbell.
Hi.
That's Scott Campbell. And the operator's table is Jacob Ross, who is updating our life total and making sure this all runs smoothly. Bear with us on the internet for a little bit. We definitely had a little bit of a degrade in our internet signal here. It may affect the quality of the stream intermittently, so we're trying to troubleshoot that as best we can.
This is all the Planeswalkers last round.
It was intense. It was a sweet round.
Yeah.
So, round 4 or 5. These players are both X and 1. So, table 1 is Derek Dyer.
Okay.
And David Martin.
Oh, wow.
So, we've seen both those players. One of them will be going on to the final table. One of them will be scrumming with the other X and 1s.
Yes.
But the story for right now is the young, valiant Ethan Parsons, who is an employee here of the Game Haven. He's X1. He is playing Naya, but a different flavor of Naya than we have seen before. This is Tokens.
Oh, okay.
It's Perforos.
Oh, sweet.
God of the Forge. It's an interesting grid. He's been having some success with it here locally. His opponent, Zach Franz, I don't know what Zach Franz is on. That last round with the Legacy bonus round, I didn't get a chance to scout.
Yeah, I don't even know Zach Franz.
I don't know if he's a regular or not. But doing fairly well tonight, having a decent tournament.
But he has made it to not just round 1 or round 2 or round 3 LeBron James. So he's made it to now round 4 of the standard tournament here at the Game Haven.
Yes, indeed. So,
that's right. Sports reference.
Absolutely. Just throwing them out there. You never know. You never know what's going to happen next.
Right.
So we'll see. I'm really curious to see what Zach is on. And I'm really curious to see. I know what Ethan's playing, but I've not seen it in action, so I'm excited.
Now he's playing the Scion of Gitzu.
Yep.
Essentially Cloudgo Ranger.
Yes. Oh, we have Blue. Haven't seen an island yet tonight.
I know, right?
Round 4, we have not seen an island.
Round 4, we finally see an island. It's true. It's not a banned card, people.
It is not a game loss.
I believe we have Mono Blue Devotion going on here.
I believe that's correct.
I was excited for a moment. Now I'm just sad.
Well, the thing about it is that Mono Blue is an interesting deck. It was really one of the better decks for the format in its infancy. Very dominant at that Pro Tour, but hasn't done a lot recently, so we'll see. Now, his main deck, Tidebinder Mages, are going to be very good here.
That did take care of that voice resurgence.
We could be seeing a good... If he goes next turn Master of Waves, we are seeing a little rollout of the Mono Blue Devotion deck.
How good do you think it'll be next rotation? I mean, we have the new clone, which is like super spicy.
Yeah.
Invisibility, Encrust, Bind of Thassa still.
Yep.
So we have some...
Really, a lot of the shell of the deck rotates well. You lose like some of your 1-drops. But there's a Mizzium Mortars. Mizzium Mortars is a pretty good card in this matchup, as the Mono Blue deck is definitely a tempo deck. It wants to play a bunch of little guys and kind of ride a bunch of synergies to victory. Of course, it can also just jam Thassa and just be huge, which is also an option. So, Tidebinder made Bites the Dust. Then they were determining that it looks like a master. No, Biden.
Nice.
Biden is pretty good.
Get that draw trigger in there. That's pretty good.
Yep.
You mentioned Thassa. Breaking news. Thassa and Karanos. Those gods seem to work pretty well together.
Yeah, they seem pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about much, but I do know that. Now, what are we going to see here? 4 mana. What does that get you in this format?
Polychronos.
Oh, the World Eater.
Yes, that is the Heroes versus Monsters version.
Ah, yes.
Me, I like the original version. Quite simply, hashtag Hail Hydra.
Well, that's fair. But Polychronos seems really good in this matchup, and I think that it's one of the reasons that the deck has not been as popular. Polychronos can really take its board state apart pretty well.
That's a main deck claustrophobia?
A main deck claustrophobia.
Wow.
Now, here's something about claustrophobia. It can't stop Polychronos from monstrosing.
That is correct.
So Polychronos, well being afraid of the confined space he's in, can still eat the entire world.
in this iteration here, I believe that when Pelucados monsters, we hear this high-pitched, like, beeping noise. His pupils change colors. He gets purple pants that start ripping.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It goes that route. Huh?
Yeah, it goes that route. That's how he hulks out. So
It is, if you will.
Yeah.
And Ethan
Let's
says,
just play
you know
another
what?
one.
I'm just going to not worry about that. I'm just going to play another Pelucados.
Yeah, that was a nice enchantment killer there. Lower those blue mana symbols.
Now, Mono Blue is a little flooded here.
But we'll just have that Pelucados.
Yep, but you know Pelucados. Oh, there's a Tidebinder Mage.
Boom!
Now,
And a Master.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. A Master of Waves. Much scarier now. So, Pelucados is pretty much priced in to killing the Master of Waves here, leaving him unable to eat his own captor.
Now we have 6 elementals.
That's a lot when you're at 11 life, for
Yes.
example.
Hall of Triumph GG.
Hall of Triumph, we saw it earlier today. Didn't need to do much. Here would be just stunning.
Yeah. And yeah, we see the power of drawing cards off the Biden.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Not 6. There's 8 Forces out there.
That's many.
Yes.
That is a big number. Ethan says, I can't get out of this one. I'm dead in a variety of ways. Came out a little slow against a pretty decent rollout from the Mono Blue Devotion deck. Right. It stumbled a little bit, didn't have a 1-drop, but recovered quickly. Multiple Tidebinder Mages was enough to get the job done.
He tapped 4 islands. Arwen summoned a sea of horses, and the ring race were dead.
And that was pretty much all it takes.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was just flashing back to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, it was actually Master of Waves, and there was like a
yeah, okay. Gotcha.
So, what we're going to see here from Ethan is probably more removal. He's playing colors that have access to a lot of it. Mizium Mortar is very good. Chain to the Rocks would be bad if he plays enough mountains. What are we looking at here?
Do we last breath in this deck?
I don't know. Maybe we do. I think that we saw enchant removal coming in.
Okay.
As a way to deal with Bident. And the main deck Claustrophobia we saw. We have to be wary of cards like Domestication.
Oh, yes.
Which has been creeping into main decks.
Does Ethan have to come off his Pelucados Scion of Gitzu type of shenanigans, like change how his deck works?
Maybe get a little leaner?
Yeah.
A little more of a traditional Naya, like the Brave Naya decks from early in the format, where it's just like efficient guys and good burn spells.
Yeah.
I can see that being effective against the Mono Blue. I'd be afraid of just losing to a timely Master of Waves. I'd also be afraid of not having good answers to Thassa. So as long as you had good answers to both of those, I feel like maybe that's an option you certainly could take. Chain to the Rocks has historically been good against Master of Waves. Mizium Mortars is an overload, although it leaves them with a 2-1. It's certainly good at cleaning up after Master of Waves.
Right.
And leaving you with a bunch of white and green creatures to rumble with them. So that's certainly an option as well. And we definitely know that he has Mizium Mortars.
Deicide?
Oh, I would like a Deicide, like 1 Deicide. Great answer to Thassa, great answer to Biden, great answer to Domestication, Claustrophobia. We're spinning through the deck here. We see some Planeswalkers, we see some burn spells. Looks like he's staying pretty big. I don't see, it looks like he doesn't have maybe a concerted effort in. No, he's still sideboarding here.
Okay.
Looks like Celestia Charms are coming out.
I don't know. Celestia Charm does exile, so that could take care of an active Thassa. We'll see
Very good point.
We'll see how this turns out. I love
doing some extensive sideboarding here. I think if you're the Mono Blue Devotion player, from what you saw out of Ethan's deck, feel like you can just do exactly what you did last time.
Yeah.
You got to be a little wary of overextending into a Mizium Mortars, but it's certainly possible you can actually end the game before Mizium Mortars is a factor. You also have access to things like Negate if you're super worried about it. And Negate, I don't know if Zach knows enough about Ethan's deck to know, but Negate is actually very good here because Ethan is big on Johnny's in his list. So,
one thing I will miss with rotation is playing the hidden modes on the various charms.
Yes.
Such as the Exile on Celestia Charm or Lifelink on Azurius Charm.
Yes, I agree. The charms were all pretty good. They all had at least a little bit of time in the sun, even the ones we didn't see as much of. Orzhov Charm probably being the least played, but saw a little bit of play.
Gruul Charm?
Well, no, you're probably right. Gruul Charm may have been the least, but I know Demir saw a little bit of play. Orzhov and Gruul saw probably the least. Although Gruul certainly had its applications.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, Demir Charm killing Nightveil Specters and Mutavaults. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Good card. Saw a little play in Legacy for a minute. I don't know what that message from our operator means, but oh, I see.
Yeah, just tanked in popularity. I can see that. Yeah, or Orzhov Charm did go down after
because the card was actually powerful, and certainly looks like it could have had a home, but
oh yeah, Rakdos Charm.
Yep,
Rakdos Charm versus Splinter Twin.
Rakdos Charm it was such a good sideboard card.
Yeah.
Like, it just did a bunch of things you want out of sideboard cards, right? Like, it was graveyard hate. It could answer Splinter Twin and let it destroy an artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it just had all these modes that were, like, great out of your board, but no one was main decking it. But really interesting there. We got a game going on here. We saw
an Elvish Mystic. That's been played quite a bit tonight in
various
tables.
And we see a good answer to trying to be low to the ground and mid-rangey with a Frostburn Weird, which has been a historical bane to aggro decks with its 4 toughness and ability to pump up and eat other guys. Pelucranos is going to be a pretty good trump to that, but what do we see here?
A Claustrophobia.
A Claustrophobia.
Yep.
What an interesting card.
So Pelucranos needs to come out of the closet here.
Yep.
All the bad jokes, folks. Just all of them. They're all terrible.
Do we have some enchantment on the board? Looks like he was looking at some out of the sideboard.
We have another Elvish Mystic.
Yep, alright, well.
Maybe he can pull the trick like he did last round and play second Pelucranos.
Sure. I also, again, don't hate just monstering Pelucranos from his claustrophobic state.
Yes.
And using his Wrath of God.
Looks like very creature-light on Zach's end until now.
Yep, he is rolling out here, adding to his board. Nothing individually terrifying at the moment, but certainly better than a pair of Elvish Mystics.
Yeah. The Judge's Familiar, though, may be a problem, so we may want a monstrous Pelucranos to kill it.
We are looking like maybe we're going for a Johnny.
Jam something?
Or, no, it's 6 mana. Elspeth. I think he plays Elspeth.
What's that other card on the other side of the Judge's Familiar?
No, now we're passing turn. On the other side of Judge's Familiar, the far card?
Yes.
I don't know, Jacob. Could you let us know what the creatures employ are? On the mono blue side.
On the mono blue side, sir. Sorry. Couple Cloud Raptor and
Tidebinder Mage.
Tidebinder Mage just hit the board. Familiar. Weird.
Thassa.
Oh,
Thassa's a big game.
That I wasn't sure if it was Thassa.
Thassa rumbling in here. Ethan is running out of time here very fast.
Absolutely.
With that unblockable army across the board. What he really needs to do is mortars away that board, turn off that Thassa.
Gonna chump, add some mana, add a bunch of mana. Here we go. Now we're gonna monstrous.
And the thing about the gods is that you can, Ethan is not going to have the ability to do so here, but it's always worth noting out that they stop becoming creatures instantaneously, so you can actually turn them off mid-combat.
Yes.
If you get that option. So Ethan under the gun.
I think Thassa is still active due to the claustrophobia, though.
Yeah, definitely active. The Tidebinder Mage and Weirding are enough on their own. That a Celestial Charm and something else in Ethan's hand? I don't quite.
Pretty awesome if it's a Celestial Charm.
Yes.
Unless it's negated. Then it would be
Which
pretty
would be
bad.
really sad.
Yeah.
We're going to scry card at the bottom, draw for the turn.
So scry an island, get an island. That's what happens.
This is value. Making my
unblockables?
Sasa's unblockable. Coming in strong here. So can't block any faster. Looks like Thassa was unblockable. What is all this mana?
That's a Court of Calling, sir.
Court of Calling. Court of Calling is countered by familiar.
So he courted to just force him to counter it?
I don't know.
Why not court for just one less than whatever you're courting for? That way you've been able to pay for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, Thassa's still active.
Yep. I think Ethan may have, in the middle of that combat, just miscounted.
Perhaps.
I can't think of a good tactical reason to get the familiar off the table in that way. It's possible that he needed a very specific card to answer the board state.
Cyclonic Burst would be sweet.
Cyclonic Burst is sweet. I remember when these mono blue decks used to be much more Nyxos-based than played Cyclonic Burst.
Oh, that's same for Ethan, but Ethan can't play that. He does not. Oh no, he's got a mana confluence.
Yeah, he's fine. Rip it off the top.
That's right. Yeah, in Zach's state, I just don't think you apply any more to the board, but let's just play this Omen Speaker. Because scry.
Yep.
I wonder if that guy could see some play.
Omen Speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the one that was really popular?
Augur Bolus?
Augur Bolus, yeah. It's not Augur Bolus, but it ain't bad. Getting in for the lethal.
And Scoop Face. No? Oh no. It is.
We had the backup chord. So the plan was just jam them out there twice.
Ethan must be a musician. He has all the chords.
I see what you did there. So what does he have that answers this?
Is that Scion?
Let's see if we can get Skylasher.
Boom! Get that Pro Blue in there. Nice.
Still under the gun. Obviously still completely dead on board.
Yeah.
But Skylasher is a sweet one.
So we're just going to block this Sasa that I guess he didn't make unblockable.
Yeah.
Probably
on an empty board.
Yeah, a mistake that will more likely be rectified next time.
Yes, I would say so. So now we got to get that Thassa turned off. Like, we just absolutely have to. But we cannot.
Yeah.
Thassa showing why she is by far the most widely played of all the gods. Just a wrecking ball.
Miley Cyrus fan?
Not familiar with the reference.
Okay. It's all good. By the way, Wrecking Ball is also a 2-colorless, a red and black Rakdos spell.
That reference I get.
Yes. And speaking of things that are dead,
yes.
Ethan is at this table.
Ethan is showing why these strategies, while they were popular at the beginning of the format, because the cards are all there, or it seems like they're all there. You have your Voice of Resurgences, and your Fleecemane Lions, and your Loxodon Smiters, and all these good green-white cards. What we learned early in the format is that Mono Blue is very good at beating those decks. It flies. It plays main deck Tidebinder Mages to tap down your big green guys. It plays Thassa, which doesn't care about the size of your guys at all. Just a tough matchup for Ethan, I think.
Yep.
And really, with Mono Blue being a kind of a downswing, I like the idea of bringing this deck back because it has good matchups. But I think you're just not favored here. It's so hard to beat his enchantments into his Thassas into
the deck with all the islands flooded the board.
It did do that.
All right, so because of how quick things went, we have another